Bryce and the loaded dice. It's Nathan Bryce. And now, here's your host, Jared Isaacs.
Welcome to the Audio Roast. It's me, Jared Isaacs, your host for all things Audio Roast. That's right, we're doing it up big today with blues classics. We have got on the show Donnie Ray Stevens and Nathan Bryce. We're going to be playing some games, having some fun, maybe even eating some food. Who knows what we'll cook up today. Before we get the show going, though, please do go right down here and hit subscribe if you have not yet done so. If you have, thank you so much. We appreciate our subscribers. Make sure while you're there, you turn on the notifications, you comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you're seeing. You can also check out our Patreon page. That's a really cool way to support us by throwing us a few bucks a month, just like you do for Netflix, except for it's local. We're going to give you some bonus content. We've been giving you new content each and every week over on Patreon. So it's some behind-the-scenes stuff. It's some bonus games. It's footage that is only for you. So, patreon.com/audioroast. You can also check out playlists at the end of today's episode and most episodes. Just go to iTunes or Spotify, wherever you find good music, search for the Audio Roast. We've put together a plethora of playlists, actually, now at this point, of different songs and answers to games and stuff that we do on the show. We put them in the playlist. So if there's been an episode that you watched and you're like, man, I love new metal, or man, I love country music, we've got playlists over there for that. So if you're looking for some new tunage, check it out. You can also go to our website at audioroast.com. We are your official one-stop shop for all things Audio Roast. That's right, we've got merch, we've got playlists, we've got links to our sponsors, we've got links to past episodes, we've got links to
merch.
There you go. We've got all kinds of stuff going on over there. So check it out, audioroast.com. We're going to do something. Stick around. You never know. Am I here by myself or what? I feel like I've seen a whole bunch of me and nobody else.
Here I am.
There you is.
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
Oh!
What is up, my friend?
Oh, you know, sitting here sipping a little coffee.
A little coffee.
Smelling some blueberry muffins.
Blueberry muffin.
I like how we started the show different this week.
Yeah.
Keep people on their toes,
Yeah.
you know?
Why be the same?
That's right. Break it up.
Change it up.
Welcome to another episode of the Unsung Screamers.
What?
The Audio Roast. Josh, you want to tell them what's in our mug?
I will tell them directly.
Barracuda. Ah.
Yes, sir. We are drinking Barracuda Bite. It is a medium roast with... Did it bite you?
It bit me.
Do you know what it has in it that is themed today? What is that? Blueberry.
Bergamot.
Bergamot. And floral. Floral. It's got that floral accent in there.
Yeah, floral accent.
Floral.
Man, it's like this coffee was designed for this episode.
Yeah, I tell you what.
So we got bergamot, we got floral notes, and what else, Josh?
Blueberry, and it's a medium roast.
Blueberry,
bergamot, and floral. Yeah, so it's almost... Now, if those flowers were bergamot, it would just be perfect.
Well, I think this one is bergamot.
That could be bergamot.
And this one is bergamot. This one is definitely bergamot.
Yeah. Touch that bergamot. Oh.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
So that is Barracuda.
Nailed it. Good stuff. Josh, what's new with you this week, buddy?
Oh, gosh, what week is it?
I don't even know. I don't know.
This is airing?
This is the week that never ends.
Well, I mean, it's Sunday.
Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It was a long week.
It was.
Let me tell you.
So I got into some fights.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't know. At this point, anything could happen.
No, one never knows.
One never knows. You'll have to come in for the extra shot to see what actually.
No, we don't do none of that.
We don't do that. No, we're not. That's dead.
That thing's dead.
So yeah, I'm sick. I was sick.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I was under the weather. By the way, shout out to one of our Facebook, YouTube commenters wishing you a speedy recovery from last week.
Well, it wasn't too speedy. Yeah, I was down.
Well, parts of it were. No, stop it.
Yeah, I was I was not taking TLC's advice, and I was chasing those waterfalls.
Oh, I thought you were sitting at home watching the Learning Channel. TLC.
No.
You don't learn much from the Learning Channel.
No, I learned a lot, though.
God, we could do a whole episode on that. I mean, probably not, but we could, but we won't.
You don't think Ancient Aliens is like...
Well, I think that Honey Boo Boo is an ancient alien.
She could be. That girl, she's got to be in her 20s now, right?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't care.
I've never seen an episode, nor do I care to.
I've seen the little GIFs and the memes and the little clips, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to know.
All right, so,
Don't need to know.
Sorry for bringing up TLC.
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't know you had such a hatred for their programming.
Channel.
The Learning Channel.
Now, the band.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah.
Well, this is me being spry and chipper because it was kind of a hard week, actually.
Yes, it was.
We all put a lot into what we do on stage and put in a lot of time that you guys don't get to see. And our hope is that it pays off by you enjoying yourself and getting out there and having a good time, being carefree about whatever troubles you may have, whatever hard times you may be going through. To me, the poster child of the person that appreciated that the most was Holly Lambert, who passed away this past week. And if you didn't know her, I know that you've seen her. She's been out and about to bands of all genres, venues all over the place, parties, and just all kinds of things that she's been involved in. And I still struggle trying to put into words how I feel about it, but I don't know what else to say other than just very sad, but very grateful for the time that we were able to spend together and have a good time and smile together. And I'm super happy that our paths crossed. So, Holly, I love you. Miss you. Rest in peace. Josh, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, other than wherever there was a good time, Holly was there.
It's true.
And just to see the reaction of the music community in this town,
it's profound. I think that's a part of what has shaken me so much, is that multiple people realize what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
That payoff, that feeling of appreciation.
And I think that one of the things that really gratifies me in this is that she wasn't a musician. She didn't spend a minute on stage.
Right.
And the fact that our community is so affected by the loss of a fan.
Yeah.
Says a lot about our community, that we care about our fans that much.
We
and
really
that
yeah, it's not.
We do not discount what you guys mean to us.
That's right. Yeah. It's not topical. It's not,
no.
Hey, thanks for the $5 at cover. Like, it's so much deeper than that. It's a relationship. We didn't see her at just one show.
No.
It was a relationship. It was a reoccurring see you out every weekend, every other weekend kind of thing, multiple times a week. She was just active, man, and I couldn't be any. This is something else that I brought up for without getting into a lot, all of the tragedy and the stuff that she went through in her life, to still find joy and to live a life that's worth living and surround yourself with people that care about you and surround yourself for people you care about. I couldn't have been more proud of Holly for that.
Right. And she crosses all genres. I mean, my band was devastated. The Dirty Saints, everybody. I mean, people who don't even travel in the same circles knew about Holly.
Yeah.
She just had that big of an influence.
She really did.
And we need to take special caution and remembering that's our base. Those are the people we play for.
Right.
And we owe it to every single Holly out there to give them that enjoyment.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well said, Josh.
Thank you.
I feel a lot like many people do, I'm sure, that I feel like there's more that we can or should do. I'm still not clear on what. I've heard rumblings of several different shows that might be happening in honor of her. I just know this. I'm going to honor her with a smile on my face, with my eyes closed as a song plays by a local band, and I lose myself in the music and just dance. I'm going to pay tribute to Holly. So, without any further ado, we're going to take a quick break, play some games, have some fun, shake things up, because that's what Holly would have done. We'll be back right after this. Well, hello and welcome back. We are going to keep the show on the road. We welcome today's first guest. You know him as a local blues hero. Let's give it up for my good friend, Mr. Donnie Ray Stevens. Oh my gosh, how you been, man?
Oh, busy. Yourself?
Yes, I could say the same, but
Digging the setup.
oh, thanks, man. It's come a long way since it started in my bedroom as a podcast. So
Yes. I wish I would seen that. That would have been tremendous.
yes,
Yeah, this is cool.
it was like trying to make love in a closet or something. It was fun, but it was a bit much. Maybe, I don't know.
That's worse than an elevator, really.
It gave me the blues.
Yeah.
So what's been keeping you busy, man?
Lots of road stuff. A lot of road gigs. Just got back from Indigo. Did 3 nights there.
Very cool.
3 different projects. Going to Lawton, Oklahoma this weekend.
Wow.
Got the world famous Dave Ellis jam sessions at Carrie's. I'm doing the first
I wonder if that was still going on.
First Wednesday every month I'm there.
Okay, cool.
I just started playing in Branson. Going to start in April with the David Brooks. He's a piano player, Jerry Lee Lewis type of thing. He's part of the $1 Million Quartet.
Okay.
I'm going to be part of the On Fire thing, which is a tribute to
Brian, like as a Branson show.
Brian Duvall on drums,
Dude.
David Brooks, and horn player, and Bill Foster on bass. So.
Yeah, that won't be rotten at all. That's
I will
going to
be
be
the guitar
awesome.
player, so I'm finally got my little toe in Branson a little bit.
Yeah, man, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that everybody in Springfield is like, man, that'd be cool to break in, and everybody in Branson's like dying to get out of. And it's this
Thanks
weird
to my buddy
thing.
Brian Duvall, man. He hooked me up.
Yeah, indeed. So talk to me about, you said you're in multiple projects. Let's kind of break that down. What are the differences in those? And what are the differences maybe in how you approach those playing-wise?
Pretty wide spectrum. The soul stuff, it's just whatever comes to my mind when I'm playing. So a lot of original music, and the covers and everything. And that's always a gas to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing a jazz project, a duo thing with Nara King, who's Roger's wife. So we play once a month. We got a Gailey's coming up.
Those are got to be fun.
So it's a long distance from doing what I'm doing on the road. doing the jazz. So I really had to like woodshed and like learn all these songs that my dad used to play. So
Yeah.
it's kind of full circle, and I get to play relaxed, tasteful music.
That's got to be kind of a magic thing, that full circle concept, where it's like back to your roots and what you grew up listening to and stuff.
Yeah, and then the road band, I play bass in that and switch off on guitar, because the other guitar player we switch off.
Oh, okay.
So we do half and half, and that's everything from Metallica to Patsy Cline to everything.
Metallica to Patsy
and
Cline.
hip hop.
What?
And
I
rap.
thought my bands were like,
We'll do the wobble for you.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's really helped my bass skills. Make sure I don't play it like a guitar player.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Easy. But I get my it scratched playing guitar on that too.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and then Trash Changes, we reunite every once in a while. And
I was gonna say,
get together.
have I heard talk that there's gonna be another?
There's rumblings.
Something? Yeah,
There's
yeah.
rumblings.
I felt a little vibration.
Yeah,
in
we
there.
had something at the that shuffle, and then they changed hands.
Right.
So, but we're in talks. Everybody's up for it. Just
Good.
got to find the time.
Hey, that's half the battle right there. So,
Yeah, man.
Yep. The second half of the battle is finding a place to practice, but I don't think you guys will have an issue.
Yeah, we never practiced before. So
Yeah,
I don't know, we used to just learn it on stage. Everybody's professional. You got Doug Martin and Eric Gwynn and Tossie Rook on keyboards.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So you're
me
doing
and
the
Jeff.
original lineup then.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, the original.
Nice.
So that's
Very
always
cool.
that's a blast.
When you play covers and stuff, Donnie, how do you choose? Man, I think this is gonna be cool. Is it just like a song that vibes with you? Is it like you're smart to what people want to hear kind of thing, or is it a mix?
I just go gut feeling. In Trash Changes, I never really did many covers that I didn't believe in.
Okay.
It had to be something that I cared about.
Yep.
So, and if you believe in what you're doing, the people will get up on the dance floor.
I think it's
and they'll
no
do it.
different from so many other forms of entertainment. Like if you're watching a movie and the actor's like, "Oh, this is just a paycheck," it's going to be a bad movie. It's you're not selling me on it, and it holds so much more true whenever it's right there in person. You're developing that relationship.
And
with
the
your
thing
audience.
is, what we did, in the beginnings, we were together 10 years, but we started out as mostly covers, and then the original started coming out.
yeah,
And then, we were playing all over town. So depending on the place, if we played cartoons, I would keep it more covers, more
Right.
dancey. But places like Harlow's and Cody South, those places, Galloway, we would really hit the originals. Sometimes it might be 80% originals.
yeah, that's awesome.
So
And you have to kind of play.
read the crowd.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If you got a
How-
bunch of sorority people out there, and
Right, they-
okay,
Yeah,
this might be
they
a night
appreciate
to-
the fact that you're writing music, but they really just want to be able to sing along and party.
might be a night to bring out Jet. Okay,
Right.
that's fine.
Yeah. No, every night's a good night for Jet. Just saying.
I agree.
They were one of those bands. I was like, man, Jet's gonna like blow up and be big, and then they had 2 hits, and I was like,
Well, they're hated by the
golly.
critics, and
Yeah.
they were always compared to. And I always thought, their stuff, especially the second album, was so melodic.
Yes. Yeah. They got out of the
Third
gate.
album wasn't as good, but that second album was great, and the first album just kicked.
Yeah, it really
but-
did. I think they drew too many comparisons. Not them themselves, but people compared them a lot to like AC/DC and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
it really-
I mean, I get that, but can they not just be their own?
Yeah, yeah, and they brought rock and roll for a moment, which was nice, and that whole garage rock scene and Jet and everything it was a good moment. Music.
There was a big in that era hip hop kind of. I don't want to say resurgence, but that was like the top 40 go to. So to have some rock creep in, I was like, oh, this is so nice. This is so great. But and then it
And
whatever fizzled. Yeah, it took a left turn.
Oh well.
I had Brian Copeland on the show on our last episode, and we were talking about the differences in playing like in a big, a big venue or whatever that's known for live music versus something more intimate like Gailey's, where it's a restaurant and stuff. How is that for you? Is it hard to like be in the background and be okay with that as a performer?
Well, I like to see the whites of the eyes. I like intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved Cody South when I was going, and Harlow's, which is Flea now.
Right.
Love playing that because you would have musicians come in and sit in, and it wasn't so much about get the crowd up and dance, So I always dug those places way more. And then the Daily Pub, it's great because that was
Oh my gosh.
our friends. We did I think 6 years every Thursday there, and
Man.
you would see. And I got video. There's friends of mine that would tape a lot of Thursdays, and there's a lot of people that aren't with us anymore. They're on that video, and I'm like, yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
So good memories.
And it's cool to have them in that capsule of happiness too. You know, it's not like just a home video where it's like, oh God, we got to go to grandma's. It's like it's them in their happy place. Yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. What is it about your performance that makes you stand out? I have my answer, but if you're writing a resume or something, what to you stands out from any other blues player in this area per se?
Well, not just blues. I think my philosophy has always been, you know, musicians can be out of work, but an entertainer never is. I mean, the entertainers, if you know how
entertainers
to
are hustlers,
you will always have a job doing something,
yes,
even if you can't play whatever. If you can get up there and dance around or whatever, you're probably gonna be okay.
Yeah,
so, which is sad to say, you know, because
it is, and I think a lot of that has to do with ego. And entertainers, like, I just want to do my thing in front of people, man. I don't care if it's 12 people or if it's 1,200.
Splicing the artistry, because you know, I love the artistry, but I do love seeing people enjoy what I'm doing. So if you can mesh it somehow and not just stare at the floor, you know, for the 4 hours you're on stage, and actually do something to keep people, you know, dress sharp.
That's my answer for you right there. You just name both of them.
You know, still know your instrument, still play.
Yeah,
you gotta play.
Don't suck. Don't look pretty.
Suck.
Don't look pretty and suck.
Look sharp, play well, and then give something of yourself. You know, show some passion.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, the two big things is you always look the part. I mean, always. If I saw you at the grocery store, I would imagine you'd probably be wearing something similar to what you're wearing now. It's not like it's just you at this point. Other thing is,
you don't see me in shorts walking around Walmart.
That would be weird. I would be like, I'm going to pretend
socks.
I don't know you, Donnie. I'm just going to go.
Tube socks there, you know, buying my plums.
Right. In your shorts and your Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, your stage presence, man. Like, to me, locally, when I think of somebody doing like the leg split, like just, that's you.
Thanks, man. You're everybody that I dug music had a look, you know.
Yeah.
Whether the blues guys from Robert Johnson to Son House, you know, they had their suits on, and then you had the 50s guys, you know, Sinatra and Jerry Lee and Gene Vincent. I mean, they looked into the 60s with the British invasion, the scarves, whatever. They had a look. And then somewhere it went to hell. It's never quite come back.
It hasn't. And that era that you speak of, you could tell, like, if you just walk backstage, you'd be like, oh, there's the band, and there's all 5-6 members. Like, nobody looked not part of a group.
Separate yourself from the crowd. Don't look like you just got out from under a car fixing, you know, something. Just, you know,
put a little act like you want to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. What we normally do on this show, if that's what you want to call this little dog and pony show, is we play some games. It's all about getting to know each other, getting that personality out there, and just letting loose, having some fun, and seeing you in some shorts and Crocs. Maybe not at Walmart, but, you know, let your hair down in a different way.
All right.
So if you're down for that, we'll play some games and rock and roll. Okay, cool. So before we head out, though, I'm going to give you a couple options to end this interview, if that's what you want to call this. This is like just
include Crocs.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
All right.
So we can do an awkward pause.
Okay.
We can go 2 out of 3 Rochambeau. Rock, paper, scissors. Or we can add to my big shiny ball.
I would do awkward pause.
Donnie Ray Stevens, everybody. We'll be back. Thank you.
Hey Springfield, Robert and Cheryl Crook here.
And together we are Zenlens Photo Media.
You've probably seen us around town, but did you know we also do family and children photography?
Don't forget maternity and infant sessions.
As well as senior portraits and weddings.
Please keep us in mind when you need event coverage and videography.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or at www.zenlensphotomedia.com.
Or you can give us a call at 417-818-7067 and book your session today.
You made it back. Welcome. You know the routine. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to welcome at this time, you know him from Nathan Bryce's Stevie Ray Vaughan Experience. and Nathan, Bryce, and the Loaded Dice. Let's give it up for, what's his name? Nathan Bryce. How in the world have you been?
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah, very good.
It has been a minute since we've had you on the show. As a matter of fact, it's been more than a minute. You were on episode 2.
I lose track of time. I don't know how long ago that was.
That was like May or early of June 2020. Right in the middle of the old pandy.
Okay, almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah, that's crazy. This whole shindig started in the spare room of my little itty bitty apartment. So I appreciate you being a supporter, if you will.
Absolutely.
From the get go, and being on board with willing to come into my little what I wanted to call a studio, and now it's grown.
Looks
so
great, man.
Thank you very much for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. What's new with you? I hear you've got new music. You've got new music videos. There's a lot to talk about.
Back in June, we released a new album called Dragonfly, so that's been out a few months.
You did that on vinyl and stuff too, didn't you?
We did.
You did the whole thing. That's awesome.
CD, vinyl, digital. It's on every platform you can imagine. And just released a new single, Six String Gypsy, last week.
Yeah.
And then we got the opportunity to play some shows with a 13-year-old guitarist from Australia.
Now, this is the guy, wasn't he like on America's Got Talent or Australia's Got Talent?
Australia's Got Talent and the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Yeah.
He's also played with Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana. So he was doing a tour last year, and we just kind of got the opportunity to jump on some shows with him.
Right.
And then ended up getting the opportunity to back him on a show. And then now he's coming
Where was
back.
that show at? Where did that happen at?
The one where we backed him at was at the Diamond Music Hall in St. Peters, Missouri, which is by St. Louis.
Okay, yep.
But we also opened for him at the Riff.
Right. Yeah, that was your first. Yep.
The first one was in Bentonville, Arkansas, at the Meteor Guitar
Oh,
Gallery.
really? Oh, okay. See, I thought the Riff was the first one.
It was Bentonville, and then we did the Riff, and then we did the one at Diamond. We got to back him on that one. So there was 3 shows, but he's coming back to do this second tour, and we hit it off so well with him that he wants to use us for his band on the
That he
full
just
tour.
picked you up as the support.
So we're going to open, and we're going to back him on this tour.
Both. Wow, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
That's really cool. So what's it like to have to learn somebody else's music? I mean, we all know like what it's like to cover a song, but you kind of have the flexibility to make it your own if you want or whatever. But what's it like to work for somebody that's like, this is my music and this is how it's going to go?
Right. Well, I kind of enjoy it actually because, most of the time we're doing our stuff and doing our own stuff. It's kind of cool to, get behind somebody else and kind of do their thing for a minute. It's just a little bit of a change of pace.
I think as a musician, it puts you in that spot where you almost have to be forced into somebody else's way of thinking or their creative box, if you will.
Right.
And that is another tool in your belt that you could go, you know what, I wouldn't have looked at it this way, but now I can kind of take some of that over to my direction.
Yeah, you learn a lot from it,
Yeah. What about with him being so young? What is it like working with a musician that's young like that?
It's amazing, man, because, at one point in time, I was his age and playing guitar. I mean, he's just an unbelievable guitar player.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you've seen him, but it's just unreal. I thought, the first time I saw him, I thought, kid prodigy guitar player, whatever. I've seen a million of them, or not a million of them, but I've seen a few of them. And I wasn't expecting to see what I saw. I was just blown away.
Yeah, there's definitely some special kind of magic with him, for sure.
Yeah, it's insane. So, but, being that we're both guitar players, I started at a young age like him. We just have a lot in common. So just sitting down and chatting with the kid, it's just like we just hit it off, and then we got along with his whole family and everything really well. So it was a really cool experience, man.
That's really neat.
It was a lot of fun.
Does he get to come out and watch you guys play? Like, has he seen like your set and stuff?
Oh yeah, because we opened for him, and he watched our set and stuff. And,
nice.
They're always supporting our stuff. Like we put posts on Facebook, they like them. And then they are always tagging us in the posts with the shows. We're on all of the show posters and stuff like that. And he's got almost 1 million followers on Facebook.
Right.
So, that's pretty huge. It's getting us a lot of
traction, a lot of eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of free advertising and exposure and stuff like that.
Well, it's not free. You're working for it, right? We're working you're pulling your weight. Absolutely.
But, it's a huge thing.
Very much so. Very much so.
It's helping
so
us
how many dates are you guys doing together then?
8.
Wow. Very cool. And how big of an area does that encompass?
From Northeast Ohio to Austin, Texas.
Wow. Man,
a
And
pretty
are the
big
shows
span
pretty
over-
close together in time, or is it like one a week kind of thing?
They're all in March, from March
Wow.
10th to March 29th.
So like 2 a week.
Yeah, and there's a 1 week where there's like 4, I think,
Jeez.
or 5, 4 or 5 in one
Yeah.
week. There's one
That's
week
crazy.
that's packed with them.
Yeah.
That's actually the week that we're doing the show in Springfield at the Riff.
Okay.
On that Thursday, but we're going to do Diamond Music Hall and St. Peter's again, and then the Riff, and then Bentonville will be after that this time, all in that same week. But that's March 23rd when we do the Riff
Very cool.
here
Very
in town,
cool.
so that'll be cool.
Yeah, and I know that the turnout on the last one that you guys did together at the Riff was fantastic. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this one will be like to the rafters.
Yeah,
because
hopefully.
both of you guys are worth it. Seriously, both of you
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you very much.
So what really, I don't remember when you were first on the show. It's almost like it's been so long. And the show's grown so much. I've almost like put it in the back burner.
Right.
But let's talk about what got you into playing music and stuff, and how has your journey been? How has it changed? How has it evolved, and that kind of thing.
Sure. Growing up, my parents were very musical, and I just always had music in my life from the time I was a little baby. Pictures of me in diapers with headphones on and playing mandolins and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But my dad played guitar, and so we had guitars around the house and stuff like that.
So you're
And,
always a strings guy.
Yeah, always guitar.
Nice.
I've never gotten into any other instruments. I've just always been hooked on guitar. And when I was young and starting off playing guitar, my favorite part of the song was always the guitar solo. I made mixtapes where I would just record just the solo, and then just have like a tape just full of guitar solos.
Really?
I didn't even want to hear any of the rest of the song. I was just obsessed with guitars.
Hurry up and get to my spot.
Yeah, just obsessed with guitar solos.
What
but,
was it about that?
I don't know.
Was it like a noodly kind of look at me, like here's where I get to show off this lick that I did or whatever, or is it like you
I
kind
just
of
thought they were so powerful, and just you could put your emotions into it and feeling into it.
Yeah.
And that's what caught me about it. I think Eric Clapton said one time, doing a solo, when you rip into a solo, it should be like a bolt of lightning or something.
Yeah.
But when I was about 12, we rented, showing my age, we rented the VHS Live at the El Macombo, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I watched that, and I think that's really what kind of hooked me on it, because I saw that and I'm totally amazed. Thought, man, I want to do that.
So Stevie's always been your guy.
Yeah.
Or is there? Yeah.
Yeah, from very early on. Him and Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, just all the
all the go-to guitar gods.
all the classic guitar players.
I think, and I would be interested to hear your take on this, but I too am a big fan of guitar solos when they make sense and help the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get into, and this is just my own personal, I don't get into guitar players that are there just to noodle and like, hey, look at me, without thinking about what is it doing to the song. Is it helping push the story of the song or the feel or the vibe?
Right.
And I picked that up with you, that like it's not just that. It's really like you wrote your paragraph, now it's time for me to write mine. Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got to have some feeling to it for me. It's got to be played from the heart and not just
not just on the fretboard.
Yeah. So that's what I'm into.
That's cool. That's cool. So that's guitar, though. What about singing? Because you obviously are a guitar and singer.
Right.
So when did that start?
That's actually something that's developed over the years. When I was young, I wished that I could sing.
Yeah.
And it's just from
nobody else
making myself do it over the years. I've gotten better and better and better.
Was it one of those like nobody else in the band that you were in at the time or something was like, I can't sing. That's not me. It must be him.
Right.
And so then you're just kind of forced into it?
The first few bands, we had singers. And then when I was in Tripwire band, we all three sang. So I did a little bit of singing in that, lead singing, along with the other two guys. But then when I started off doing my own thing, I kind of took over all the vocal role at that point. But, it's just developed over the years from playing so many gigs and just making myself do it. And actually, a couple of years ago, I even took some vocal lessons and stuff like
That's
that
awesome.
and worked on my singing. And I've worked hard on it to try to get it where it is.
Yeah.
But it just keeps getting better, the more I do it. So
I love hearing that.
It wasn't something that came natural to me originally.
Right. Yeah, I totally understand that. I think it's cool that you're okay with doing the lessons, doing the homework, doing the practicing on your own kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like so many people kind of write that off and it's like, as long as I hit these notes on my guitar, like nobody will pay attention. It all matters. It's all part of what's happening. So kudos to you for that.
Yeah, we record all of our shows, and when we're going to shows, we listen to them in the van. We listen to
that's brilliant.
Every one of our shows, and we pick out hey, we could do this better, we could do that better. We're always constantly trying to improve our show. And, and just trying to get better as a band and just give the best show that we can give.
Absolutely.
Because it's important to us.
Right, absolutely. And it's one of those things.
We want to know what we sound like,
Exactly, yeah. It's one of those things you're never going to get better if you don't know how you sound or how you look. Am I just standing there playing or am I actually moving around a little bit? That kind of thing. Like it's all, you can think you're doing it right, but then when you see it back, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, why have I been doing that?
Right. Or sometimes it's like, oh, that looked pretty cool. I didn't even know I did that.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So obviously, I don't want to really bring it down, but last time you were on the show, Nathan Bryce and the Loaded Dice looked a little bit different. Sadly, homie passed away.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like as a band? Like, I get losing friends and stuff. We've all been there. I've never lost a bandmate. What was that like?
Yeah. It was tough. I don't know really.
Did you think maybe we should just stop, or was it like how did that transition into?
Anyone that would know homie would know that that's what we called him, homie. Jeff Whittington. He would definitely not want us to stop. He was all about us trying to get as far as we could. He was all about the band.
Very much a team guy.
Definitely a team guy, and just he supported everyone and was always for everybody, doing their best and getting as far as they could get. And he definitely would have wanted us to continue, and I had no doubt in my mind of that.
Right.
So I thought, actually, if I quit, he'd probably be ticked off.
What
are you doing, man?
Right.
Get out there and
he didn't work with you to build it up this much to not do anything.
Right. Yeah. So it wasn't really ever a question on my mind, and we didn't even really slow down.
How did Mach 2 come to be?
There was a little bit of a period there where I had just had some drummers, kind of filling in just to kind of get through the gigs that we had. But coincidentally, when I was doing a show with homie, at the Branson Star Theater, it was kind of a show there were several acts. It was kind of like a variety show. Like each band played a couple songs, and there was this drummer that was playing with David Brooks. And when we were sitting there watching him play, he just blew me away. I was like, man, this guy's an awesome drummer.
Yeah,
and
he's entertaining to watch too. As
very
just a
entertaining
spectator.
to watch. And I've always loved that. I've always loved drummers that are charismatic and fun to watch and stuff like that. And, so he just stuck in my mind, and I was like, where did this guy come from? But I ended up friending him on Facebook and stuff like that. But when homie did pass, he was one of the guys I thought of. I thought, I wonder if he's doing anything. I thought, well, he's as good as he is. He's probably working, but I'll hit him up.
Right. Well, and he was based down in Branson, wasn't he? So he was probably busy with Branson shows and whatever from your perspective.
I thought that he would be, but at the time when I hit him up, he's like, man, I ain't got nothing going on. He's like, I'd be down. I'm like,
that's
okay.
Amazing.
I was kind of shocked.
Yeah.
And
I've been out to see you guys since recruiting him, and it's still, that magic is still there. You know what I mean? Nathan Bryce is still relevant. It's still good music and a fun show and like just super entertaining. In fact, like you said, he's so charismatic. It's like, this is just something totally next level almost.
And
it's great.
He went to Berkeley and he's a trained drummer. I mean, he's just really good. And I hit him up on New Year's Day of 2021. Yeah. And he's been in the band. He hasn't missed, I think he's missed maybe one show since then.
Yeah. That's not a bad track record.
He's been at every show. He's super loyal. He's all about practicing and does his homework, and he's committed. I mean, it's just, it's been amazing. So pretty lucky to find that. And it almost seems like, homie's looking out for us and kind of said, hey, here's this guy.
Here's this guy. Yep.
And
he
his
just schedule's free
stepped
for you.
in and, it worked out great.
That's awesome.
So.
I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Love hearing that. So on a brighter note, let's play some games and stuff, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do all that fun stuff. But before we do, let's wrap up this interview with some fun options.
Okay.
We can add to my big shiny ball. We can go 2 out of 3 Rochambeau. That's still rock, paper, scissors. Or we can make something out of Play-Doh.
Make something. don't want to do that.
Okay, good.
I'll do rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, we'll go 2 out of 3 rock, paper, scissors. Let me clear the arena here. All right. You ready?
All right, I'm ready. Oh.
1.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Well, that's all right. You're not a drummer. I don't expect you to. All right, let's do one more just for the heck of it. He can't count, but by golly,
saw what he gave.
Can he play guitar?
I did 3. I was just late.
He is a drummer.
Well, there you go. Yeah, he must be a drummer. Nathan Bryce. Check him out. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Dominic Gabriella.
And I'm Adam Bass.
I am Karina.
Ron Preston here.
I'm Nikki. And we are here on the scene at Mother's Brewing Company at Area 71, the Outland Ballroom at Odyssey Lounge. You know what time it is. But you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is time for us to let you know what our top picks are for this upcoming weekend and week. So let's get to it. So let's get to it. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're making Roadhouse Blueberry and Lemon Muffins. Stick around, we'll show you how. We're actually doing lemon blueberry. We're gonna bump it up a notch, another notch. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna talk lemons. So what I've done is I've taken these, scrubbed them down really good. I don't know who's touched these at the store, so that's what I do. We've got a skillet heating up. We're going to do 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and make a simple syrup. If you are drinkers at all, you already know how to do this. We are both going to candy, obviously. That's what we're doing, candying these lemons for garnish on top. We are also going to zest and put some of the lemon zest inside of the muffin mix. All right, so our sugar and water have dissolved in this simple syrup. We're boiling away, looking great. We will drop these in here. We're just gonna boil these, well, not boil, but we'll get them going, simmer them, if you will, for 35, 45 minutes, something like that. They should be kind of wrapped up by the time that we're ready for them to go on top. When you're doing this at home, feel free to skip this or do it in advance, and you can even pop them in the oven afterwards and really get them nice and sticky, but then let them cool so that they kind of harden back up. We're going to do a little TV magic today, so bear with us. We're going to start on the muffins. So we've got 1 stick of butter that is at room temperature. It's just easier to work that way, I find. We're going to take this and just kind of fluff it up a little bit, not anything crazy. See, that's crazy. So now then, we're going to add in 1.25 cups of sugar to our 1 stick of butter. And then to that, we're going to add 2 eggs, 1 at a time. That's all the mixing we're going to use with that. So, now then, we've got our wet mixture. Let's talk about the star ingredient, our blueberries. I bought 2 pints. So we're probably not going to use all of it. What I did in advance is reserve, I don't know, maybe half a cup. The purpose of this is whenever you put your muffins in the tins, maybe some of them aren't all on top and it doesn't look great, so you're going to top them with these to make sure everybody gets enough blueberries. Before we start using these, though, I did clean them. Josh, if you want to zoom in here. I'm not a blueberry farmer, but I took, you could see all these little woody parts. I don't know what they are, but we don't need no corn cobs in the middle of our blueberries. So that's what I did to clean them, is took those little guys out. So just make sure you rinse them, dry them, and make sure they don't have anything shoved up inside of them. We're going to move our blueberries over here, and we're going to start on our dry mixture. We've got 2 cups of flour. To that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Whisk this all together. Your blueberries will have a tendency in your mixture as they cook to come down into the bottoms of your blueberries. An easy way to prevent that is to take some of your dry mixture that you've got and we're going to dust them with our dry mix. And what that is going to do is coat the outside of our blueberries, and that flour mixture is actually going to stick to the rest of the mix and slow down its sinking process. But make sure that you put back your dry mixture or whatever you're using. Otherwise, if you don't want to do this route, you can just use like a cup or so of flour and then sift it out that way. And now then, we are going to incorporate our flour mixture into our wet mixture, but alternate with half a cup of milk. So we're going to start with flour, do half of our, so a quarter of a cup of milk, more flour, the other quarter of a cup, and then end with flour. About a third or so of our flour. It's an exact science, so make sure you measure carefully. And go in with our milk. You're not looking to make sure it's all mixed like so perfect. You're looking to make sure that your wet ingredients are incorporated with the dry. Basically that you don't see flour and stuff like that when you look down in it. Good enough. Don't overwork it. You want to create air and levity and bounciness and fullness into your muffins. Let's add in those blueberries. And these you want to be fairly gentle with and just kind of fold in. Don't mix them. You don't want to break a whole bunch of them. If a couple break, not the end of the world. If most of them break, take up fishing or something else. All right, we're going to call that good. Don't be like me. We're making lemon blueberry muffins, for crying out loud. Let's put a little lemon in there, shall we? We'll do this whole lemon, actually. This lemon is not going to be super overpowering. It's just going to kind of brighten things up. You know, spring's in the air, man. Let's bake like it is. Real lemon. Let's talk about what we're gonna bake these in. I'm gonna set this aside for now. What we're gonna be baking these in are muffin, cupcake, whatever you call them, tins. I've got 3 of these 2x3s. That's 6. Math and stuff. Let's come over here and talk about it. So what I'm gonna do, if we've done this right, these muffins are going to rise up and hopefully not go to the side too much, but if they do, it's all right. You want to make sure that they're not going to stick on here so that they're easier to get out whenever they're cooling down. Good enough. Another piece of advice at home when you're doing this, or anytime that you're spraying a cookie sheet or anything to bake in, do it over the sink. If you do it over your stove, it's going to make a mess. If you do it like away from the stove, now you've got a slippery floor. So just a little tidbit there for you. Now then, let's put some paper liners in this and we'll get going on them. Now you're saying, well, you still can't count. Oh, but I can. we're going to get to why I've got holes here in just a second. But in the meantime, got an ice cream scoop. If you don't have an ice cream scoop, use a tablespoon. It's all right. We're just putting some goop in the paper and calling it a day. So let me do one of these at a time here. I'm going to scooch these over. The benefit to using an ice cream scoop is you get the same size every time, so you know they're all going to be pretty even. A lot of people will tell you to do these at 2/3 of the way, but they'll call that 2/3. It's not. But we're making dessert, for crying out loud, so don't be stingy. All right, so now we've got all this done. I'm going to get this bowl out of here. And we're going to talk about why I've got holes in these. First of all, I made enough for 11. Probably because I've got another one, you know, sitting in here from when I dusted my blueberries. Could have done a better job. Used a double mesh strainer. I also, I guess, could have used one of these fancy little splash cards if you got that. But the bowl version of this is what you're looking for, and you'll get more of your dry mix out of there. So, whatever. Now then, anytime you're cooking in an oven, just like they say Arizona is, it's a dry heat. Well, we want moist muffins, don't we? So what we're going to do is fill these up halfway. I'm actually going to pretend this hole doesn't even exist. I'm not worried about it. It's not going to make or break me. And we're just looking to add a little bit of moisture into the air of the oven. And that'll help keep our muffins from drying out. So we've got our oven preheating at 350. Now then, we've got all these put together. Again, if some of these don't look like they've got enough blueberries, we're just going to go on top here, add a couple. Want to make sure everybody's all happy and full of blueberry. For the most part, it looks like we've got plenty in our mix, so I'm not going to do overkill here. We're just looking to spice it up a little bit, if you will. Now, at this point, theoretically, if you did this the night before and you wanted to, you know, wake up and have a little breakfast, what you could do is take your mixture before you put them in your muffin tins, put some saran wrap over it, put it in the fridge, forget about it. Come in the next morning, set it out for a little bit, get you a cup of coffee, put it in here as your oven preheats, pop them in, and you're good to go. But we can't be handling all that sexiness going on in here. So I've only got room in my oven for 2 pans, so that's what we're going to do. Now then, we're going to set this for 10 minutes. No, they take longer than 10 minutes to cook, but what we're going to do after 10 minutes, sprinkle some brown sugar. You make it hurt so good on top. That's right, it's going to give it a little crunch. It's going to give it some sweetness. It's going to look pretty. So, 10 minutes in the oven. We'll be back. We've got lemons caramelizing over there. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, our timer just went off for 10 minutes. Let's go to the oven. They're looking muffin-y already. Now then is where we get to put in the extra sugar because we need it. If you're lucky, it'll be almost as sweet as me. We're just going to top this. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So now then, we're going to put these back in the oven. I'm going to tell you about 15 to 20 minutes to start checking it. It could be as much as 20, 25. It really depends on your oven and how they end up looking to you. So we're going to put them back in. All right. You know what time it is. Oh, Lord. Time to rearrange the kitchen. Tell me those don't look like muffins. Okay, so here's the real test, right? Just like anything in baking, if your toothpick comes out clean, you've got no criminal record. I mean, they're done. We're going to let those cool before we try to get them out of there. Once we get them out of there, we'll set them on one of those fancy wire racks and let them cool. And then I'm going to pull Josh UA, our podcasty producer. What? Podcast? Producer. And we're going to do a little taste test. Okay, so now then, we're going to pull these out and put them on the wire rack. They're coming out super, super easy because we did everything right. If you have trouble with any, two things. Either let them sit in here a little bit longer or use a fork. We're going to let them rest. We're going to try them. And here's our finished product. Josh, you want to come on over and take a bite? I've got a couple here ready for us. Doesn't this look great?
It looks wonderful.
I like your idea of the candied lemons. I think that's a great addition. I like how
elegant it looks.
Elegant and elevated in every way that it looks. I wanted to point out, look at where our blueberries are throughout. Like, it is not all at the bottom. They're all the way everywhere. So descriptive, all the way everywhere.
It's actually really good.
Not enough blueberry for you? That'll wake you up in the morning. My goodness. That's delicious. Oh my gosh. The candied lemon, that's good stuff. And if you decide to do it, please comment down below and let us know how it turned out. Anything you might have tweaked. Remember, I always do try to encourage you to try the recipe as is at least the first time and then make it your own from there. But I'm excited to hear what you guys think and how it turns out for you.
I have just one question. Have you thought about being a guest on the show? We are currently seeking music lovers of all kinds to join in on our fun. If you're interested in being a guest, or if you just have questions, comments, or suggestions, you can message us on Facebook or email us at theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. You can also submit any topics you'd like to hear discussed.
We made it back over here to the game center, and we have got Donnie Ray Stevens and Nathan Bryce, and we're going to play our first game of the day, and it is this. First line of the song. Pitch. It's a thing. So here's how we're going to play this, gentlemen. We're going to give you the first line of a blues song. That's right, we're doing a blues episode today. Everything's going to be blues related. So, we're going to give you the first line of a song, and we need you to tell us the name of the artist. Is that right? No.
Yes. Name of the artist.
Name of the artist. And the name of the song. Oh. Boy, has it been a minute. Okay. And we will do this buzzer style.
Are there rules?
Yes, there are rules. Okay. Josh, you want to hit us with the how we play this game?
Yeah, let's go. These are the rules. You're allowed one lifeline per song you can choose from. Read the second line of the song.
That's me reading the second line to you.
Okay. And artist initials.
That's the first initials and last initials.
No. Or peek at the producer. And I'm not real sure if my camera angle's very good, so I'll have to slide it over.
Even better.
Yes.
Even better.
This is what we got for...
All right. Let's check out our first song. Nathan.
Ray Charles, Do the Mess Around.
All right. Mess Around, Ray Charles. Donnie, you think he's got it or no? The answer is Mess Around, Ray Charles. Nathan gets 2 points.
Yay, Nathan.
All right, let's try our next song. There is nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me. Man, I see those wheels turning on Donnie. I could see the smoke coming out your ears.
I don't know.
Would you like the artist initials? Would you like me to read the second line? Or would you like to peek at the producer? Second line, all right. There is nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me. I know you got somewhere to go.
Everybody. I don't know. I think I'm out.
Boy, you guys are going to kick yourselves on this one. This one is a hard one when it's not, when you can't hear the melody.
Right.
You like to use
I'm sure I know
another
the song,
lifeline?
I just don't recognize the first part of it. Although it does look familiar.
Yeah,
it sounds
familiar.
I just...
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and see what the answer is.
That's what we need is the melody.
Lay Down Sally, Eric Clapton. There was nothing wrong with... I told you you'd kick yourself.
That was a hard one.
I'm going to request that at the next jam night, by the way. All right, let's try another one here. If you're down and out and you feel real hurt.
Oh, I know this one.
I'll give you a hint. It's an old one.
I know it. I just don't know what it is at the moment.
I know it. I just don't know it. You know?
But I've heard that line. Man, what is that? I'm going to kick myself on this one because I know it.
Yeah?
Artist initials.
Artist initials on that one is A.K.
Albert King. I'll play the blues for you.
Oh, I heard
Albert King, I'll play the blues for you.
All right, let's see if Donnie, you think that's... Yeah. Okay. Check it out. There you go. I'll play the blues for you. Albert King. Nathan with 2 more points. All right, let's try another one. The gypsy woman told my mother... Ooh, who was that? I didn't even see. Okay, Nathan.
That was me. Hoochie Coochie Man, Muddy Waters.
All right, let's... Donnie?
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. Make sure. Of course. Muddy Waters, Hoochie Coochie Man. Another couple points here for Nathan. Boy, he's racking them up. Yeah. All right, let's try another one. People are talking about people.
Oh, I shouldn't. It's Bonnie Ray.
Yeah.
Let's give him something to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, Donnie's.
I'm there.
Full agreement.
I was just quicker.
He was a millisecond behind.
He knew it. I almost hit it before I knew.
Of course, Bonnie Ray. Take that, Taylor Swift fans.
Put this right here.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Never too soon. Never too soon. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and play another game, so stick around.
Hey musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next level production and let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. For more information, contact Jared Isaacs at sunsetproductionsspringfield@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Sunset Productions. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox. Be an experience.
We are going to keep it rolling with this next game.
Stack the deck.
Stack the deck. That's right. This is everybody's favorite headache-inducing game that we play here on the show. There was a funny story on how this game came to be, and when I was making one of our games, I put our song on our little program and stuff, not knowing I actually already had a song on it, and so 2 songs were playing at the same time. I'm like, oh, that could be fun. So that's what we're doing. We've got 15 seconds of 2 songs on top of each other. Again, blues songs, and we're going to play that for 15 seconds. On your boards, write down the name of the song and the artist for as much information as you can get. So
both songs?
Yep, both songs. Both songs. So, without any further ado...
Something told me it was when I saw you and her. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Donnie's speed writing over there. He's like, I may not be quick on the buzzer, but this pen and me
I'm going to
are
lose
taking
because
names,
I don't
buddy.
know the name of one of the songs.
That's all
I know
right.
the songs, but I don't know the title. Okay. And I should. I feel bad for not knowing, but I don't.
All right. We got good feelings about those one, gentlemen? Yes. All right. Donnie, we're going to start with you. What have you got for answers?
I just
Yep. Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers, and Etta James, Rather Go Blind. Okay. Nathan, how much of that did you get?
I had Etta James.
Etta
but
James didn't know the
name
song.
of
You knew the song.
And
You
I
didn't know the
got
name.
Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers.
Okay, so 4 points and 3 points. Looking good, fellas.
Do we want to know what the answer is?
Yeah. Duh.
Donnie got it.
the answer.
There we go. Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt. What? Bill Withers.
You've been listening to
and Etta James. Wow. I swear I haven't been drinking. Okay. Let's try our second stack.
You ain't nothing but
Technicalities.
Donnie's like, I'm getting all the points I can.
A lot of people name that. I want to get this.
My writing is just horrible.
Well, thankfully, this is not scaled on calligraphy, penmanship. All right, so guys, let's see what you got. Nathan's got Hound Dog,
Big Mama Thornton.
Big Mama Thornton, and Voodoo Child, Jimi Hendrix. Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog, Jimmy. Yep, we got it. I think.
Well, let's see what the answers are.
Of course.
A tie. It's a tie. He had it written down faster, though.
Well, that I'm not worried about. All right, let's try round 3. It's a good thing I'm not a DJ, because that could have been a really cool mashup.
I was focusing on the one song and didn't even think about the second song.
Dang it.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie, what have you got? John Lee, Boom Boom. Just got paid, ZZ Top, Boom Boom, John Lee Hooker. All right. See what the answer is. All right, Nathan with 4 points, Donnie with 2. Nice. All right, let's try another one. This game is not as headache-inducing with blues as I thought.
It's a lot easier to interpret the songs. There's more space.
Yes.
I didn't even hear one of them, so I'm totally out on one.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of the game. You got to listen to both of them.
Well, I heard it, but just not enough to recognize it.
I think that's the song, but the artist is
I could hear the one song so well.
I know the artist.
The other
is
one
right,
was just in the background.
but I don't know if that's the song.
All right.
All right.
We got answers. We got caps on pins. Let's see what we got. Thrill is Gone, B.B. King.
He was wrong.
Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. What have you got?
I'm wrong.
Albert King.
Breaking up somebody's home.
Oh, good song, but no. Thrill is Gone, B.B. King. Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. Let's see the answers. It's B.B. King, Thrill is Gone, and I'll be
seeing you.
See, I just heard
Billie
the voice,
Holiday.
but I didn't really catch the song.
So 3 points for Donnie, and nothing for Nathan. Man,
I got skunked on that one.
Sure did. That's all right. We got one more, and we're gonna, of course, do that big. We're gonna play 3 songs on this one, and we're gonna extend it to 30 seconds. So let's see how we fare on this one. That was a lot.
I don't know who originally did Tore Down. You got it.
Okay. All right, Donnie, let's see what you got. Freddie King, Tore Up.
Tore Down.
Sorry, yeah, it'd be helpful if I could read, I guess. And Howling Wolf, Smokestack Lightning. Tore Down, Howling Wolf, Smokestack Lightning. Okay, so let's check out what the answers are. Howlin' Wolf, Smokestack, Lightning, Freddie King on Tore Down, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
You couldn't even hear the third one.
Yeah, I didn't even
Pride and Joy. Man! All right. So everybody calm down out there, audience. We're going to tally these points, and we're going to take a break. Hold tight before you race those, and stick around. We got more fun. Well, that was a fun episode we had with Nathan and Donnie, but the winner must be determined, and I've got it right here in my hands. With 22 points is Donnie, and with 25 points is Nathan. Good game, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Today's big winner. So Nathan, since you're the winner for today, we'll let you go first. Where can people find, follow, or hear you next?
NathanBryceBand.com has everything there, so go there first. But we just released a single, so check that out, Six String Gypsy. We're going on tour with Taj Farrant starting this week. We're actually heading out to Ohio Wednesday to start the tour in Ohio.
Man.
And then we're going to do 8 shows with him all through the Midwest, ending in Austin. And then he's going to head out to California to NAMM and then go back to Australia.
Very cool.
So, but that's going to be fun. So we got that going on.
What about the Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute? When's that coming back?
The next one is going to be May 12th here in Springfield at KISS.
Okay.
Actually.
There you go.
Yep.
So if you're really a blues fan, like you say you are, go check out Nathan Bryce and the Loaded Dice, as well as his Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute band. Nathan, thank you so much for having
Thank you.
come
Appreciate
on.
it.
We
Thanks
appreciate having you. And Donnie, good game, man. Good game,
man.
That dang buzzer. It was like there was a little delay or something.
That's why I get warm.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, 22 points is nothing to scoff at. I'm here to tell you.
Thank you.
Where can people find, follow, or hear you next?
Well, I'm playing this Saturday with Nara Keen at Gailey's, 6 to 8, jazz.
Okay.
A bunch of road stuff, and then in April start the David Brooks, Jerry Lee Lewis tribute at Copeland Theater in Branson.
Man, that's really exciting. I'm so happy that you're able to get down in Branson.
Thank you.
That's something that I would have loved to have done myself. Not necessarily that show, but just Branson in general. So good job.
And it helped that I knew all the tunes already, so this is like gravy.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good. That's great. Don't forget that times are hard for everybody out there, so may your cup of coffee and your love of music be strong, but your sense of humor be even stronger. We'll see you right here next time on the Audio Roast. Welcome back. We are going to do what, Josh?
I think we're going to eat some muffin.
I hate you.
First time for everything, right?
Oh my God, why do I even bother? That's what we're gonna do. Why do you do these things? Oh my God, I'm literally crying.
It's getting late.
Oh my gosh.